So to start things off, let's just start at the top. Give us an overview from the top down, a look at Tanzania's banking sector. Where are we?
The sector has been performing well for the last, I would say, 2-3 years. But last year was exceptional, performed well. The asset growth was about more than 40%. We have seen for the first time credit private sector growing to the level of 22.6%. But more importantly, the NPL ratios has gone down to single digit where it was coming from. And you have seen big banks, which is leading the markets, having the lowest NPL maybe in the history. And that is a good one, I think.
We've seen the banking sector hit milestones that have never been hit since the beginning of the country. Over the last 2 years, we've seen things change. So kindly tell us what has led to this improvement?
We never locked ourselves, that's number one. But number two, the segment, which is SME and MSE, has been growing significantly. And that has enabled the majority of the banks to perform better. Because private, in terms of credit demand, has been significantly increasing. Liquidity in the market are also increasing. Political stability has been on the key fundamental. Economic diplomacy, that's where you see a lot of direct investment coming in Tanzania. Those are the factors which has also contributed for the success. But more importantly, innovations at the core. Because we have seen digital supporting the transformations of the bank sector.
So what are some of the digital innovations that are driving the change in the banking sector? What is happening digitally?
When you look back on the bank of yesterday and on the bank of today, it used to be conventional banking. But the majority of banks have moved away from conventional to alternative channel. We have seen agents banking growing exponentially in the market. Of course, CRDB being the leading bank. But we have seen digital in the mobile services, where the service has been extended, payment of taxes, school fees. So very few people are still going to banking. But the most important, on the banking, on the digital side, services are now affordable. But it has also increased the accessibility. And we see more collaborations because all telcos are working with almost all banks. And the service accessibility has increased.
We know that a big chunk of Tanzania's population is still not using banks, not using these services. So as a banker at the top, what do you think you guys need to do to ensure that you tap into this unbankable base?
So first of all, we need to go to the rural village. The second issue, financial literacy, is a big problem. So we need to provide educations where financial education becomes very important. We have to be innovative on what we do in terms of solutions, being lending, being ecosystem payments. So we minimize cash movement in the economy.
What can the sector bring to the low-mo Tanzanian all the way up to the heavyweight private sector players?
But I think banks has a role to play in supporting either is a startup mindset, where you see people with good innovative ideas, has to be supported. And that's where I talk about innovations. As CRDB, we're happy that we're already there because we do support special group like women and youth. And youth is the future, but also supports new idea.